Hi everyone, how you all going? This is going to be my review of Twisters, which came out in July of this year. Now, this movie came out over a month ago, but I just recently rewatched it for the second time, and I thought I'd give my review. The movie is directed by Lee Isaac Chung, and it's actually a sequel to the original 1996 Twister, which starred Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt. Plot is pretty straightforward. So Kate, played by Daisy Edgar-Jones, 5 years earlier, she was trying to obtain a fund for a science project, a grant for a science project, and essentially she and four others were chasing this tornado, an F1 tornado. That F1 tornado instead turned out to be an F5 tornado and actually culminated in three of Kate's friends, one being her boyfriend, actually getting killed, with her and Harvey, played by Anthony Ramos, being the only two survivors. And then 5 years later, in the present, Harvey tracks her down and he tells her that he's working for a company called Stormpar, and that they're testing this new technology, these portable radars. And then he tries to get her to accompany him to Oklahoma, where tornadoes are getting out of control. And along the way, she meets a tornado wrangler who got famous from his exploits on YouTube. His character's name being Tyler, played by Glenn Powell. I'll start off with the positives. So the positives are that I thought the movie had pretty good acting for the most part. I thought the performances were pretty good. Some decent tornado action as well. I thought some of the tornado scenes were pretty good. There are a few downsides though to this movie. I thought even though the movie tries, it does have a bit of emotional depth, especially surrounding, the deaths of, Kate and Harvey's colleagues or friends from 5 years earlier. That being said, this movie felt like it just lacked the emotional depth and heart of the original 1996 movie, in my personal opinion. The original 1996 movie, I really enjoyed the chemistry between Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt. So yeah, this movie it lacked that. Yeah, I'd say the romantic chemistry and the emotion of the first movie. Also, this movie doesn't really like it makes the events in the first movie seem insignificant because at the end of the first movie, Bill Paxton, Helen Hunt, they get Dorothy into an F5 tornado and they save the town. But essentially, this movie at times makes the events of the previous movie seem insignificant. Furthermore, some of the jokes I thought were a little bit corny. Like the movie had some corny jokes here and there. Pacing I thought was okay. Cinematography and visuals were decent, but overall, this movie, in my opinion, lacked the emotional depth of the first movie from 1996. I don't consider the first movie a classic. I only saw it for the very first time before this movie actually came out. But overall, yeah, I thought this movie lacked the emotional depth of the first movie, and also the chemistry between the characters, whilst not terrible by any means, still did not match the chemistry between the characters in the first movie. But yeah, positives: decent cinematography, some good tornado action. There is some emotional depth, even though it's not as strong as what it is in the first movie. Score was pretty good. Some of the tracks I thought were a bit misused. I just thought the movie at times overused some tracks. Like some songs, in my personal opinion. Glenn Powell I quite enjoyed. I don't think he's not one of my favourite actors, but I thought he did a pretty good job in this movie. Daisy Edgar-Jones I thought was actually one of the better performances. Anthony Ramos was okay, but overall, yes, I give this movie a 6.8 out of 10. So positive, some good tornado action. Overall, a good entertaining popcorn flick. Some good cinematography as well, some decent emotional weight. Negatives, yet lacks the emotional charm and depth of the first movie. Chemistry between the characters is also a lot stronger in the first movie, and also this movie does actually make the events of the previous movie seem insignificant. I think this movie would have actually worked a lot better if it were actually a remake instead of a sequel. This movie does pay some brief homage to the previous movie, but not very much, if I'm being honest. But overall, I give this movie a 6.8 out of 10. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Not one of my favourite movies of 2024, but overall a decent, an entertaining popcorn flick, excuse me. So yeah, go check it out and stay tuned for more movie reviews very, very soon. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.